Good morning, everybody. This is K. Balakrishna. Welcome back to the session. In this class, we will discuss about various issues pertaining to how to enter into international markets. How to enter into international business is being taught in this class. Simply to speak, if I want to start a business across the countries, then I need certain strategies, and these strategies are called as foreign market entry modes or modes of entry into the foreign markets. Okay, in this class we will discuss about various techniques adopted by the managers to enter into the international markets. Here in this class we will discuss about various techniques like exporting, licensing, franchising, joint venture, mergers, acquisitions, and trunky contracts, management contracts, contract manufacturers, and many other issues are discussed. These are the means for any of the manufacturer to enter into the international zone or international markets. Okay. Now I'll be just giving a note here. For example, at the initial stages, if I want to enter, I'm an Indian. If I wanted to enter into Sri Lankan markets or US markets, what do? I just export my goods. This is a technique. Exporting is a technique in order to enter into the foreign markets. Here, exporting is also one of the techniques used for entering into the foreign market. Now I'll just share you the screen so that we will give a complete comprehensive outlook regarding various modes of entry into the international business. Welcome back to the session. Here we will share a small PPT regarding how to enter into international markets, the ways and means to enter into the foreign markets. First and the foremost way to enter into the foreign markets is to export the goods. What do you mean by exporting? If I want to enter into US markets, what do? I just throw my products from India to the US markets through a mechanism which is called as exporting. If I export the goods, that is, if I send the goods from India to the US, this process is called as exporting. Similarly, the US exports the goods to India, that is, it sends the goods from the US to India. Here, the person who exports the goods will be called as exporter, and the person who imports the goods will be called as importer. How many types of exports are there? For example, take this case, that is, India is exporting certain goods from India to Sri Lanka or India to US. The second condition would be better. India exports the goods to US. Here, the person who exports the goods will be called as exporter, and the person who imports the goods is called as importer. In this condition, exporter is Indian and importer is US nation. Yes, how many types of exports are there? There are totally 3 different types of exports. First and the foremost type of export is indirect exporting. What do you mean by indirect exporting? Indirect exporting means the process of conveyance of the goods from an home country national to the intermediary in the foreign location. That is, in the US market, there is an intermediary, and India, I am exporting the goods to the intermediary in the foreign location. I'm not exporting the goods directly from home country to the host country. But instead, what I'm doing, I'm selling the goods to an intermediary, and he sells the goods to the US markets, as stated now. And this process is called as indirect export. But if we see about direct exporting, the process of exporting the goods from the same thing happens. But here, from the home country nation to the host country nation, the goods are exported. Next, there is also another type of exports which are called as intra-corporate transfers. What do you mean by sorry? What do you mean by intra-corporate transfers? Means the goods are exported from India to a subsidiary in the foreign country. What is called as a subsidiary? Subsidiary is a branch located in the foreign country. If an Indian starts exporting the goods to the US national or to a US national, then it is called as direct exporting. If he sells through the intermediary and then sells, is called as indirect exporting. But if he starts selling with the subsidiary or a branch located in the foreign country, then it is called as intra-corporate transfers. Next one is licensing. Licensing or franchising, both are important concepts. First and the foremost is, what do you mean by licensing? If I have an innovative idea to start a business, then I will be called as a licensor and I have a right to sell my innovative idea, that is called as licensing. First and the foremost is, we have to learn what do you mean by domestic company and what do you mean by foreign company. If I start dealing with the home country, then it is called as domestic country transaction. And if I start exporting to the foreign country, then it is called as indirect. Then it is called as selling to the foreign nation. For example, I am an Indian, so India is my domestic country, and any other country except domestic country is called as foreign company. Okay. First and the foremost is licensing means I have an innovative idea to start the business, and I need not uh, start on my own. I have an innovative idea or product idea that I've generated from myself. I wanted to start the business by myself. So what, there will be two conditions. One, I myself start a business, or second one is I give the permission to start the business. Here in licensing, what happens is we need not require to start a business, but we give permission to others to start. But in turn, we get certain amount of ransom. Here, we do not require to invest anything in case of licensing. Next one is, we just, what we do instead of starting a business, we leases the right of intellectual property. What do you mean by intellectual property? Intellectual property is a patent which is registered on my name or on our name to start the business. There are two persons in the international business in licensing. One is called as licensor, who owns or who is the owner of an intellectual property or a patent or a copyright or a trademark and other things. A patent, a copyright, a trademark, in industrial design, all these things can be called as a license. It's called as a patent, or is called as an intellectual property. The patents, copyrights, industrial designs, trademarks, etc. are called as intellectual property. This intellectual property owner can be called as licensor, and if I am a licensor, I can give the permission to use my intellectual property, and such a person is called as licensee. Such a person is called as licensee, as promised. Next one is a franchisee agreement. Who is called as franchisee and who is called as franchisor? Franchisee is a person who takes the franchisee is the person who pays the money and takes the right to use the intellectual property. I want to start a business. I wanted to start. I can establish through two ways. I can start. I want to expand my business. I can start in two ways. One is I can start a branch, and the other is I can start a franchise. In a branch, what happens is I own the losses also. But here, if I take a franchise, I need not. I'm total. If I give a franchise to the others, I need not invest any sort of amount. I get a royalty that is fixed amount which is promised, and based upon the fixed amount that is promised, I take a royalty which is called as here. A franchisee is the person who takes a fixed amount of money and gives the permission to use the intellectual property or to license the asset. Next one is who is called as franchisor. Franchisor who gives the right to use. Franchisee who takes the industrial design or intellectual property and then start a business. What is the benefit for a franchisor? He did not invest a rupee. He just sells. He just used the right to use the intellectual property. What is the benefit to the franchisee? He pays the amount and he does not have any intellectual property. So he just pays the amount and start the business. He encashes my brand value and then start the business if I am a franchisor. I'm saying here again, franchisor is a person who gives the right to use the intellectual property, whereas franchisee is the person who pays the amount and get the right to use the property. What is called as contract manufacturing? Contract manufacturing is a process in which two or more companies combine together, this enter into an agreement. Two or more companies enter into an agreement. What sort of agreements they enter? You manufacture the products and give it to me. I will just use the marketing activities. One concentrates on production and the other concentrates on marketing. Management contracts. Management contracts are also the contract between two or more people. Here what happens is there will be an agreement between two partners. One provides the managerial assistance and the other utilizes the services. Turnkey projects. It is a contract where it is also entered between two or more individuals or business units. Here what happens is one runs the project one and the other pays the remuneration for running the project. Mergers and acquisitions. What do you mean by merger and what do you mean by acquisition? Two or more companies combine together to start a new unit. It will be called as a merger. Here, after the merger has been formed, the two companies you lose their legal existence. This is what we call it as merger. It is one of the ways to enter into the international markets. But acquisition is something different. In acquisition, what happens is one company purchases the other company. takes the assets of other company, purchases the assets of other company, and then proceeds. Joint venture. There is two or more companies combined together. They jointly enter into an agreement and they started sharing their core competencies. One produces and the markets. One markets, other provides technology. One provides technology, other provides finance. In this way, they share their competencies. These are some of the methods in order to enter into international markets or international business. If I wanted to run my international markets, if I wanted to enter into the international markets, these are some of the mechanisms. What are all the mechanisms that we have discussed? It may be a licensing, it may be franchising, it may be joint venture, it may be mergers, it may be an acquisition, it may be a turnkey projects, it may be a management contracts, or any other methods are present through which we can enter into international markets. Thank you. Hope you like this channel and subscribe it. Thank you.